Greetings, abnormalities! I bought something new the other day. Because I do the ambassador thing at my college police, I get a £10 voucher for Amazon every single time I do something, and because of Tumblr I found a graphics tablet from, I think it's Huion, one of those, and I decided to buy it. It was only £40, and with the 2 vouchers I had it went down to 20, so I thought, yeah, £20 sounds great! I will get myself a graphics tablet, please, because I would like to do the art thing on a computer. Only sadly, I can't do the art thing on paper. So that's a little bit of a complication that I did not foresee until I'd already pressed order. I found software called Inkscape, which I'm still getting my head around, and I can't use that either, but I have the resources. Now I need the ability, which isn't going to happen for a while. Another thing I've been doing lately was in my little notebook here are all my notes for a presentation I had to give at college, which was for The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We're meant to be doing it on the film, and I decided that to do that I must understand all the source material, which, if you didn't know, was the book Notre Dame de Paris by Victor Hugo, same guy who wrote Les Mis. Thing is, I read the original translation of the book, which was originally written in 15th century French, and then it was translated into Ye Olde English, so I have dubbed it Ye Olde French. How original. And then I'm still reading it, actually, because I didn't have time to finish it, but it's the book that I was not doing, I was doing the film. I've got all my little notes in here. Ain't it nice? Little slides. I've divided them by bullet point because I know that's done. Because I always lose my place when I look 2 notes to the thing, 2 back to the notes, and I never know where I am, so I start babbling. You know! The presentation was going to be 10 minutes long, but because I was so involved in it and I was talking so much about Disney and how they made the thing and what it's about and how you compare it to the book and how it's different from the source material and why it's different from the source material because it's Disney, and why green isn't related to evil in this one because there's such a heavy reference to fire, and it went on to 25 minutes and I didn't even finish saying everything I wanted to, but I had skipped out a fair bit of stuff because I was a little bit nervous. There was even a camera there. And the camera wasn't making me nervous. My tutor who I was planning to didn't make me nervous. I just wanted to be quick, and that in itself made me nervous. But I still have to give him my research folder. Do I? Yeah. Do I? I don't know. Which means I can fill in all the blanks that I left. You know, one thing that really annoys me about the film is because it was made by Disney, there was another one not made by Disney, I haven't seen it, maybe it's true as the original, but because it's so different, Quasimodo, in the original he is deaf, in the film he is blatantly not because he talks to a bunch of people before he can even see them, let alone because he can see them. Esmeralda was 16 in the original, Quasimodo was 20. Frollo was not an evil guy in the book, like, you know, it's like, I'm your only friend, I took you because I wanted to help you, because I pitied you, because I wanted to be nice to you. That was legit. That was real. And Frollo's like 25 in the book, and obviously he's in the region of 50, 60 in the film. You have to go back 18 years to when Quasimodo was a kid, and Frollo looked exactly the same! Plus Phoebus is a dick in the book. He really is. Because in the book, he goes and finds Esmeralda, and he's like, oh, you're really pretty. Want to come round and meet me in Notre Dame for a private meeting, which by the way he invites Frollo to. A little creepy, but it was in more of a sinister connotation than they would like to imply, I think. And during this meeting, they were about to get all shenanigan-y, but then Frollo goes and stabs Phoebus. He thinks Phoebus is dead, he takes Esmeralda, he frames her for Phoebus's death, which didn't happen, and Phoebus could have appeared and like, look, I'm alive! Don't hang her! But instead, he shuffles off to his fiancée's house and never to be seen from again. Oh, also, they erased a dude. They just got rid of him, a guy who is actually one of the key characters because he marries Esmeralda while she marries him to save his life because he's in the Court of Miracles, who, by the way, Clopin, he is the narrator in the film. He is a lot more evil than usually shown, but I prefer his book character because he's a lot more interesting too. He's like the king of the truants, which is sort of like the tramps and the thieves and the people who fake disabilities. I can't even remember the name of the guy they get rid of. 1 second. That's it, Pierre Gringoire. They removed Pierre Gringoire! I think I'm pronouncing that right, I don't know, I don't speak French. I speak a little bit, I don't speak a lot of French. And also he's one of the ones who... what does he do? I forgot. I've forgotten. He's having a play where Quasimodo, well, he's trying to have a play, doesn't really happen because so many people interrupt it, like all the officials and the religious guys. He's trying to have the play where Quasimodo is crowned King of Fools. I don't even have time to talk about how different the plot is. But Quasimodo, not only is he deaf, but when he is trialled for the attempt to kidnap Esmeralda, his judge is deaf. I would like to commend Victor Hugo on that one, because that's so obscure, you wouldn't even think to put that into a book, would you? I mean, these days, like a really weird thing at a trial is like, if we tried trial by cake, which was a thing that used to exist back in the past, but if that appeared in a book today, set today, about a real life trial, you think it was insane. Not only is it a deaf guy speaking to a deaf guy, the deaf guy in power wants to look up at the sun to blind himself and be true to honour and the true... And it's all very complicated, and like he asks Quasimodo stuff and he doesn't realise that he doesn't answer, and he continues and he realises he doesn't answer again. People start laughing and they think that Quasimodo's making a fool of him, so he starts getting offended, and then he sends him off to the Palace of Justice to be tortured for a few hours, and he falls in love with Esmeralda, by the way, because she brings him water because he can't deal with it for 3 hours. I understand torture is a bad thing, but I imagine even without water you would survive. You would be in a lot of pain, but you would survive without water, so why does she risk being, like, kidnapped or something to go give it to him? I'm gonna stop ranting, because it's annoying. I'm gonna stop ranting about the characters. One more thing about Victor Hugo's writing style. I don't know if he does this in any of his other books, because I'm not reading it. One thing he does in Notre de Paris, he will leave the story to go give you, like, a chapter or two's worth of background information before he even, like, finishes a sentence. He will only acknowledge he has done it after he has finished going in his almighty tangents. When I was having trouble getting used to the writing style, I didn't understand that he'd gone out of it for a while to talk about the way Notre Dame gives the illusion of grandeur when actually it's more like the equivalent of a book until the printing press was invented. Let me know how Quasimodo is involved in all this, because it takes you a good 10 or so chapters to reach him. Stopping the bitch rant of literature. Not even finished that yet. Still doing it, still reading. About halfway through. You know what? It's like 12:30 at night. Set this up at 11:30. Don't know what it is about having like a rig or something, because right now it feels like the sun is on my face. Don't know what it is about that, but it just makes me want to sit and bask in it for so long. It is very much an inconvenience. I've only woken up at 5 in the afternoon. I probably won't be doing any kind of sleeping of the sort. Oh, by the way, happy Valentine's Day, people are actually doing something. I was gonna go to the cinema, not even as a date, just going to the cinema, and that got cancelled, essentially. How fun. Oh well, I'll reschedule that. I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Oh, double dead leg. That'll do.